Peace, peace, peace. What up, what up? First and foremost, hopefully the Most High House shall blessing all day by His mercies you are consumed. Yeah, man, I just want to go into this and again, man. Another, um, a misconception. Some ideologies being pushed, like it is because the word talks about it and it is important just in life, but a lot of times too, this is like there's a misconception ideology about this whole self-care thing and things of that nature, because I think now it's it's coming a big hustle, this not really, because it's more getting out there, like the whole mental health, because actually because I'm saying this as somebody like that bipolar and mental health, everyone's deep in my family, so but now it's just coming a big kind of a it's coming hustling. It's coming like a trendy or a fad per se in my perspective, man. It's just not. It's just not. It's like because just how it is. Like say example. Like say for a woman, right? Lots about being sexually assaulted, because that always the stance is she should get, which I think happens. Of course, it has happened. It's happening more now. She should be getting jail time as well, because it's disrespectful to actual victims of rape and sexual assault, things of that nature. But it's kind of similar, not acquainted, but similar to like those that actually need actually mental health and actual self-care, actually need to take care of themselves. This is actually disrespectful, because a lot of times this is used, this whole self-care thing is it's used as inverted way, just just being selfish, like that Second Timothy 3 says, like being lovers of your own self, man, doing this, because it kind of subconsciously just programs everybody not just to look out for others, man. And is it wrong, the scriptures hierarchy says, listen, that's even part of commandments, like protecting yourself, like the brother Chronicles Judah should say, protect yourself at all times. But this whole self care ideology and things of that nature, it's kind of because what it's doing, what I'm noticing now, it's because I'm glad, I was watching Brother Somebody Firstborn, and he first pointed out the perfect precept, that was the perfect verse that goes into this, you're rewarding yourself for bad decisions or bad mistakes that you made, and you feel okay, I'm gonna be because I'm gonna just because I see a lot of women do this, per se, I mean, people do this. Well, as knows, talking to certain women, they made bad decisions in certain relationship, things of that nature. And they say, okay, I'm just gonna be selfish. I'm just gonna take care of me now. It's but a lot of times you're rewarding yourself for something that you put yourself through, or a lot of bad decisions you make. Even a lot of people, even men do it as well. There's just in a different way as well. It's more of a people thing, but I would say the women, because example, that's most recent women I've talked to. They say certain things like that, or yeah, man, it's just it's just people in general, let's get to First Peter too, you're rewarding yourself for decisions that you made. So yeah, let's get to First Peter 2:20. First Peter chapter 2 and verse 20. It says, for what glory is it when ye be buffeted for your own faults? Ye shall take it patiently. But if you do well and suffer for it, you take it patiently, this is acceptable with your house. So yeah, man, if you're doing good, and you're going through your trials and tribulations, if you have been faith and the Most High your house, start keeping His instructions, laws, statutes, commandments, and you suffering through it, man, that's how the kingdom comes. Much tribulation, much suffering. That's the Most High's refining process. Isaiah 13:12, Sirach 2, and Wisdom of Solomon, all the Proverbs, Daniel, being purified. That's what that is. But but it's and that's the thing is too, I had to kill this mentality too, because when you going through some trial and tribulation, you want a reward for it, because it's a double-edged sword talking about me, coming this way and that way, yeah, man, you can't a lot of times since you go through trials and tribulations, you expect a reward. No, you don't get a reward for that. It's just, one, it's part of life, and two, if it's of the Lord, hey, it's worth it. And two, it's especially if it's something that you did, things of that nature, because a lot of times too, I have to stop this too, as well, I gotta kill this mentality too, as well. You do bad decisions, then you want somebody to feel sorry for you, bad for you. No, you shouldn't have did it. Now of course, it's always merciful. Like you be merciful with people, but sometimes there's time season for everything. It's like, no, man, you did that, you gotta wear that. Like Galatians says, bear your own burden. That's just is what it is. But a lot of times that's why my problem is with this whole self care, and because I've been talking about it for a while now, this whole self care, things that nature, ideology or thing that's being pushed. It's like, no, man, it's like you make bad decisions, now you want to reward yourself for it. No, that's not how that works. But we live in like that's more of a participation trophy time and things of that nature. Because I was watching, I gotta find a clip, man, but it's kind of like Herm Edwards said back in the day, the former Eagles player. Then he was on Tampa Bay coach in the late '90s. Then he started with the Jets, things in the nation. But when his tenure doing the Jets with the early 2000s, man, he said, listen, you play to win the game. But also, too, man, like Mace did a clip on it in the interview. He said, listen, man, one time, like, he said when he's living in San Diego, where, per se, his son was in the, I'm not sure if it was a soccer league or in a sports league, and they gave all the children trophies. He Mace told his son, he said, "Listen, give it back because you didn't earn that yet. Like you didn't earn that. So no, it's just like no, it's hard work. You earn things, man." So he said, listen, then there was a whole thing at home. He said, listen, he said eventually he got the medal, he got the trophy, but he earned it, man. So that's just is what it is with that, man. But my point is that we live in that time period, it's like, it's like, okay, like you made a bad decision. Let's read this again. It says, for what glory is it when you be befuddled for your own faults, and ye shall take it patiently? But if ye do well, ye suffer for it, and ye take it and patiently. This is acceptable for with Yahweh. So yeah, man, this is like our forefathers, man. This is like, and a lot of times Judah had that big like accountability spirit, had that big like men that came out of the line pretty much for say, like Judah said, listen, man, this woman's been more righteous than me, man. Like, I got to take that. Like, in Genesis, or like David after he committed the adultery with Bathsheba, Nathan stepped on him and told him what it is. He said, when he said, thou art the man, David just took it. He took the punishment for the rest of his life. He didn't expect no glory for. He didn't expect no reward for that. He said, listen, look, for him taking it, I said, listen, man, I'm not even supposed to be. He gloried in it. He gloried in the. He gloried. That's why I said, listen, he gloried in his mercy, because like, listen, I'm not even supposed to be alive right now. So like, all my enemies, all the people that betray me, I'm gonna be merciful towards him, man. That's why he was a man of the Most High's mind, Most High's mind. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. So yeah, because a lot of times that's being pushed, like whole self-care, like the things that nature, like you just reward yourself for bad decisions that you made. No, because the means kind of like or things that you're going through that most of the time. So I'm talking about when it's more self-inflicted. Like if it is like not you go through trials and tribulations, like that's what like the word says. Be with those that like during those times, like trials and tribulations. Be there for your brothers and sisters during that time. Like build each other up in the faith. Be there for them. They need help financially, like that Matthew 25, or like just being there, whatever capacity. That's the thing. But what all this like let me just get second. Let's go Limitations. Then I'm gonna hit 2 Timothy real quick, man, because that's just like what it is, and it kind of like really like kind of annoying a little bit. Like, come on now. It's not really annoying that I get upset. It's like, all right, come on now. Lamentations 3:39, one of my favorites. One being alive in the Most High house, but and on a natural sense. But I'm gonna focus on the latter part of it though. It says, "Where doeth the living man complain?" This is perfect because I just mentioned David. No, let's get this too. Lamentations 3:39. It says, "Wherefore doeth a living man complain? A man for the punishment of his sins." So yeah, man, especially like it lines up with Peter. It says, especially for the punishment of of your sins, man. Like you can't even complain for it and want a reward for it. It's like, especially when you did something, man. And that goes. Man, I'm sorry talking about myself, man. I can't be do something dumb then want sympathy or something afterwards, man. Listen, I did that. It's a lot of things I've done and still do, in the past, like jobs, look back in the past. I left in past in my younger 20s and things, or just the mistakes I made. It's like, yeah, man. So yeah, man. But it's all that whole self-care thing. That's what that really is going to, man. It's like, but don't get it twisted though. It's actually people that do need that. Like actually, people that do need to take care of that self, man. But the 2 Timothy real quick though. Second Timothy um chapter 3 verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own self, covetous, boasters, proud, and blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and unholy. Yeah, man. Exactly, man. So like, yeah, that's it's all a way of being a lover of your own self, man. Just being like, come on, man. It's all self care. This because it's like very way just me. Like and like Hebrews said and Sorry said, be considerate, man. Like even other people. And of course, you take care of yourself, but because it's a balance to that. Then let me not say that too, because I'm just getting on this on the other side too, because like certain times you need the time for yourself with the Most High Yahushua, like Moses did, Ezra did, Yahushua did, Jeremiah. You name it, any prophet, man. They was alone by themselves. They need that time with the Most High Yahushua, and when they need that time, don't take it personal. That's actual like self care, because it's a balance there. Because I don't want to seem like a hypocrite, because there is like time for that. Exactly. You can't take it personal. Sometimes people, even in the world out there, where people need that time off and just going through something. I was talking to a brother, he said, listen, man, I just need that time. It's like, all right, cool, I ain't take it personal, man. But a lot of times I just don't like how it's just kind of constantly being pushed, because it's kind of training people this like, all right, self, me. But it is what it is with that. But because there is that. Let me grab this too on the other side of that too. And like that said earlier, I'm trying to think of an example too. Yeah, it's kind of it's yeah, it's like that Chris Rock for men per se, like per se, like when brothers, when certain men say that too as well, because not just saying that women, like or the men say certain such a men certain say like I do this such and such, like, bro, you're kind of supposed to do that, like you don't want like that's kind of going to something else, but yeah, man. But mostly people do it because I ain't ones that I'm just singling out sisters per se, like with that mentality is like it's all self care. It is too. Yeah, let me say that too, because a lot of times in the sports world, athletes do it too, like because exactly, man, because it's like, okay, it's similar to how things is like how the word like toxic mean misuse and things of that nature, like because everybody doesn't do something that you like, that's not actually toxic. Like sometimes, like I notice that too, like the whole mental health thing is just used as an excuse for certain, like that's why he said certain even men nowadays. Because I was talking to somebody last year working in school. She's like, listen, man, like certain even men nowadays, like like aren't like that. It's like certain things, like, listen, she was like, because she came up with Italian. She said, listen, I came with different time periods. Like, yeah, she said now, like my nephew or my son-in-law says, listen, I need a mental health day and things of nature. She's like, yeah, what? It's like, but I get that per se. But yeah, I know the point that she was making too. It's just the fact that it's like, yeah, then now it's it's used to, like especially for us men, like not to get through certain things. But it is too. That's the more balanced thing too, because a lot of times, like men, every man isn't as mentally strong as one other man. That's why what the house I said to Peter, man, strengthen your brother, man. Just because somebody's man doesn't mean like how mentally, like we all have a different measure of faith and mental strength, man. So that's just is what it is, man. So some might be more deficient, some might be on a higher level too. So let me say that too. But I say it in the sports world because like the whole Ben Simmons thing during that whole time period, I think it was used this time. I can't speak because I don't know how it is to be somebody like that in that position. But I feel like now, like the heat was on him, and he used like that whole mental health, that whole self care as a cop out. That's what I'm saying, like that, because that's what I mean by that, man. Because I'm kind of this is going the other side of that. That's just what it is, man. But no, man, it's people like there's actual self care that needs to happen though, and like that's why Scripture said. Isaiah says, "Doesn't comfort your people." Ezra said, comfort your house, like comfort people, man. Speak comfortably to them, man. It does need that, man. But But let me get this too, because this actually self care things and it does need to happen. But but let me grab this too. It says Ecclesiastes chapter 21. I saw it says, give not thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself with thine own counsel. Yeah, so don't put too much heaviness on your mind. Actually, like, need that time with the Most High house shower. Maybe you need, even shoot, even the scripture say, listen, if you need a psychiatrist, if you need a physician, you need a therapist, something like that, see that. But you also see the Most High house shower first, or have a man to counsel, or brothers and sisters around you. Yeah, of course, that's come first. But yeah, if you need secular, if you need to see somebody, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. So it's give not thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel. And the gladness of thy heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth the days. Verse Verse 23, love thine own soul and comfort thy heart. So remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. Exactly. So, yeah, that's just on the inverted side too. Like Yahushua being sorrowful, so that's greatness to Yahushua too, because Yahushua being sorrowful unto death, it saved the life of the many. Him dying saved the life. Man, either else gonna go into different things. I'm gonna bring that up since kind of just came to mind. But yeah, man, this is what it is, man. But hopefully that was edifying, man, because the whole self-care thing, this whole thing is kind of like, whole yeah, this whole like ideology and philosophy that's being pushed, like, it's more creating, like, because it is too, this example, right? And then there's the balance too, because there's time people like, no, I actually just need some time myself. I'm going through a lot. But say if like you ask, somebody needs you for something, somebody like needs you for something, like, and so there's certain people that do this, like, oh, okay, no, this right now I'm just doing some self-care, mental health, like I don't want to do that. That's why, like, yeah, man, that's just, it is what it is, man. So yeah, and that breeds, like, just more selfish and more just me mentality, like, because there's times like that people actually need that, like they can't be there for you because they actually need that. But a lot of times too, now people it can be used as a cop out, and I just don't like that, man. No, I could be wrong, this is from my perspective, but man, hopefully this is edifying. So peace.